Welcome back to my channel, Sunshine Shoulders. I'm Calvin. Thank y'all so much for stopping by again today. Why Vietnam and why now? That's real simple. You know, I'm retired and I want to see more of Southeast Asia. You know, when I originally came to the Philippines in 2009, it was to travel around the world. My problem was I went to the Philippines first. And it grabbed a hold of me, and I ended up staying here, and I've been here basically ever since. So I've got a plan. I want to do 5.5, 6 months in the Philippines, and then the other half of the year in somewhere else, like Vietnam, Cambodia, Thailand. You know, I'm 62. I'm not getting any younger. So I'm starting with Vietnam. I'm taking the suggestion from a friend. He was a Vietnamese American, and we used to work out together at the YMCA in Louisville, Kentucky. And back in 2018, long before Vietnam became this hot spot, he knew I was moving to the Philippines, and he said, look, make sure that you visit, my home country. He said, you'll love Vietnam. Food, the cost of living, he said everything's cheap. And of course, I didn't follow his directions. I haven't been anywhere near Vietnam. I did go to Thailand in 2022. But this is long before Vietnam became this hotspot. And he was convinced that I would love it. And, the timing is right. I just need a break. I haven't taken a break since I started YouTube. You're dealing with people, you're dealing with commenters, and trolls and haters and all that. But it's not about them. It's not even about that. I just want to do something different. I can do that, man. I'm retired. And, I'm going to take Marilyn with me initially and, get her out of the country, kind of shake up her life a little bit, because you get in these routines and you start taking life for granted. And you don't appreciate the beauty of every damn second. Ladies and gentlemen, every moment that I'm breathing is really a miracle. It's something to be excited about. But when you get in that routine over and over, you take it for granted. It's like it's nothing. I just came from Bacala, and it was really, really nice there. Just for 2 days. Sometimes you got to do that. But I've got a bunch of friends in Vietnam, several in Ho Chi Minh City. I've got a friend who lives in Da Nang. I'm going to go over there for a few weeks. The initial trip is 2 weeks, but who knows? We're not on any schedule. We can stay as long as we want. But after that, we're probably looking at Thailand, probably looking at Cambodia, Malaysia, Indonesia, even Japan and South Korea. And then maybe I will start my journey around the world, because that's really what I wanted to do. When I got divorced, when I got separated in 2009 from my American wife, I walked away with $20,000. She got everything else. That's what she wanted. She ended up losing everything else, which was a big mistake of mine. All that hard work, everything down the drain. Trying to still appease the unappeasable is, I guess, what I should say. Nothing I did was she satisfied with. So I used that old Chinese proverb against her. When you're going back and forth, you use their own strength. When they're pulling you, just let go. And they'll fall back. Well, bad mistake. I should have kept my house. I should have kept that convertible and everything else. But anyway, I decided, okay, I'll take the $20,000. And I'm gone. And I said, well, I'm going to take a trip around the world. I was going to start over here, Philippines, Australia, New Zealand, and work my way back around. Probably while I was over here, Papua New Guinea, and just work my way back around. It never happened. So I just decided, man, it's time now. It's time now. And I just wanted some more fresh content. I'm a content creator. I can make content out of anything. And, honestly, I just feel like that if I stay here longer, like the whole year, I'm probably going to get in trouble. I'm just my patience is getting thinner and thinner with people, driving by and making these videos and making these comments that are unnecessary. And, every time I see these videos about these couples, it's just like, I know it's a facade. I'm like, I want to escape that for a little while. I need a break from that. Everybody says, oh, I came over here and found the love of my life and all that stuff, man. It's just cringy to me. Because, I've looked behind the curtain, guys. I'm not knocking anybody. I was going to do my live stream today about, do you really understand her struggle? But I said, no, I'm tired of talking about that stuff. People don't listen anyway. We don't listen. A lot of the men who come over here, you can't reach them. They're at a stage in their life where you can't reach them. It's just let them live and then you live. So yeah, we're headed out a little bit over a week from now. And I don't know when I'm coming back. Like I said, initially it's 2 weeks. We're going to see how it goes. Of course, when you have children, whether it's your children or her children, we talked about this before, it limits your travel and everything like that. But I'm going to find a way. I'm going to work something out. Because my kids here, they're more closer to Maryland anyway. You understand? That's how children are with their mother. They need her nurturing and everything like that. I'm just here to pay the bills, make sure they got something to eat, a roof over their head and all that. They don't miss me as much as they would miss Maryland. But yeah, I'm starting out in Vietnam. It's just someplace I've always wanted to go. When I was growing up, I was infatuated, I don't know why, with the Vietnam War. Some people called it the American War. And I used to watch all those documentaries and stuff on A&E, and then later on, as I got closer and closer to coming to the Philippines, I'd watch the documentaries on ex-military guys going back to Vietnam, taking these treks back to Vietnam, even talking to the opposition, the enemy. And I just thought it was so interesting. But I had no idea that Vietnam was this thriving place that it's become. Nha Trang, or Nha Trang, however you want to pronounce it. Da Nang. Ho Chi Minh City is thriving, is bustling as Bangkok or any other major cities around the world. I just didn't know that. So I want to explore, man. I want to get out there and, have some type of adventure. To spread my wings, really, just to see what else is out there. I know what's over here. This is really my home. But if you could have never told me that Vietnam was the way it was. I've already got my Airbnb for the first week. I think the second week we'll either go to Nha Trang, or, Da Nang, or even maybe Munai. I want to do something different. I want to shake it up. And I'm going to bring y'all along with me, of course. So thank y'all so much for stopping by. I wanted to make this video today because it came across my mind, to really, I don't sneak around. I don't hide. I have no secrets. It's not going to be, I'm just going to end up in Vietnam and then say, hey, look at me, I'm in Vietnam. I'll let you know. And if I come back and, they want to harass me at the border, okay, I don't really care anymore, guys. It's not a big deal. They don't want to let me back in the country or whatever it is. Maybe my work here is done. Maybe I need to go somewhere else. I don't know. But you get a point in your life where you say, I'm going to live. Because just like the young lady said, Sanaya Khan, she said, the clock is ticking. Not to scare you, but to wake you up. And I've been woken. I've been awakened, guys. So if you're in America, if you're in the Philippines, wherever you are, finding your heart to help somebody. Not a day goes by that I don't help somebody. We spun the wheel last night because I didn't have it in Bacolod. And, it gave away another 1,000 pesos. Because if I don't know anything else, I know this one thing for sure. We help other people, we help ourselves. Take care. Stay safe, stay out of trouble. I'll see you next time. Don't do anything stupid. Have a plan for your life. Don't be afraid of change. Don't be afraid to shake it up. Don't worry about what other people think about you and say about you. You only got one life to live, guys. On this side, I don't know, and neither does anybody else know what's on that other side. I'm like Shakespeare. What little we know of death, life should be a paradise. That's how I live today. So take care, y'all. I'll see y'all about another week or so. I'll be in Vietnam. I'm going down to Cebu to meet a guy, a friend. Probably stay a couple of days down there. I like Cebu. But it's time to live, guys.
Boots on the ground, don't do nothing stupid. Give that man his flowers, a tribute through music. If I don't know nothing, I know one thing. When we help others, we help